Whenever you have insecurity, you will possibly always run into self-sabotage, lest you make a conscious decision not to allow for your insecurity to cause you to self-sabotage yourself in a situation. You have to make the decision when you struggle with insecurity to stop looking at what you call yourself and start looking at who God says you are. Because overcoming insecurities takes time. There is a process, but sometimes you don't have the luxury of time when you meet an opportunity. You don't have the luxury of time to get through all of that insecurity when the moment demands for you to be effective, when the moment demands for you to show up, when the moment demands for you to be somebody that proves you are qualified for the door you just walked into. So what must you do in order to make the conscious decision to walk over with the power that God has given you, the insecurity that you deal with? You focus on who God says you are. You focus on the name that God gave you. You focus on the identity that God gave you. You focus on what God created you for. You focus on your mission and your purpose and your call and your destiny. And you keep that on the forefront of your mind, saying, I must be somebody. If I am qualified and called on this level, I must be somebody greater than what my own eyes can see. I must be somebody greater than my insecurities, greater than my questions about myself, greater than what I think in my own head. Oh wait, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man the things that God has in store for me. So if it ain't entered into my mind, if it ain't entered into my heart, if I have no idea what it's gonna look like, that means God knows something about me that I don't know about myself, because he qualified me for where he is taking me. So I must be somebody. And that is what I put my faith in. That is what I put my confidence in. That is what I make my truth. I don't need to be confident in me when God is the lead of my life, because I have the understanding there is nothing good in humanity anyway. So however God want to use me, that's what gives me confidence. The fact that God chose me means I'm confident. The fact that God picked me, handcrafted me, makes me confident. The fact that God chose to breathe life and opportunity into me, making me to be the person that I am, a one of one, is what makes me have confidence. The fact that nobody else has your fingerprint is the reality for why you should have confidence, because God deemed it to be so. And that is what allows for me to overcome my insecurity.